Suara Inspirasi,
where every voice tells a story.
and every story will inspire you. And we're back on our final leg,
Yes.
where Sundar will start doing donuts.
And you frying them.
Yeah. So we ended the last segment talking about how you went the pandemic and then saw 500% growth in the pandemic. And then now we're post-pandemic world where it was, at least for the first year and a bit, it was a lot of revenge spending in retail.
Right.
And I think, again, great foresight for the both of you. You took advantage of that right on the cusp of the transformation of people's buying behavior and went into physical stores, right? So how did that happen? Where was your first store and how's it doing now?
I think it's important to business keep evolving, consumer behavior evolves, and it's important to really think about the sustainability of the business. And when I say that, we also realize that we are predominantly strong e-commerce business, e-commerce brand, and we begin to think about channels like we should start also investing in diversifying the different channels that we are present in. Hence, we think about why we think about retail is because it's also an opportunity for us to test out being an omni-channel brand.
Okay.
And our products are also physical. You can see it online in front of a screen, but it's a whole different thing if you smell it, you touch it, you feel it, you see it real. It's actually the photos cannot do justice to the actual flowers, right? Because it's really vibrant, and so we wanted to give people a physical experience to the type of products and offering that we have. So we thought about the retail channel as a possible option, yeah. But we were also trying to be cautious because we are not. We haven't started retail by ourselves, so a lot of our learning curve may be steep as well. And it's a different business altogether. At the same time, we were looking at a particular business
that can complement the product that we have already serving, right? So one of the location would be in the hospital.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. So people would when the visitors go to the hospital, they would likely bring along a bouquet of flowers or fruit baskets to visit the patients, right? So we thought that that might be a strategic location for us to start our retail experience.
And again, first store was it in a hospital or?
Yeah.
Oh, it was in a hospital?
It was with in collaboration with KPJ Group.
Okay.
And they launched their flagship hospital in Empire Damansara.
Okay.
And so we launched also our first retail store with that inside that hospital actually.
Yeah. DSH2.
Yeah.
And how's it doing now? Business at the retail store?
Retail-wise fluctuates. It really depends on the foot traffic that people are around there.
It's kind of seasonal, yeah?
It can be seasonal. It also depends on the foot traffic of the people in that location, let's say in the hospital. But what we also see is that there is synergy because we work closely with the hospital in terms of our products can complement what we need as well, like nurses day and things like
So
that.
we collaborated a lot with the hospital itself, apart from the walk-in retail customers. Yeah, so there's actually two sets of audience that we are actually serving there.
I see. Okay.
I mean,
it's like a dual function kind of.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, every time you go to hospital, you feel like you have to bring buah tangan, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's
Correct.
fruit basket or flowers. And
Not only a Malaysian culture, it's a culture.
it's a global culture, right? But so do you curate specific product lines which would serve, obviously, the hospital segments or whatever you see on your platform will also be there?
Yeah, so whenever we create products, right, it has to be scalable, right? So a lot of our existing products can already serve the needs of the retail need and the corporate need as well. So we're using that to serve them. But of course, there would be at times that there's a request of like customization from the hospital itself. and that we actually also curate it to suit their budget and also their aesthetic needs, I would say.
Okay.
I think it's something that's unique, right? I'm gonna go into life lessons. I like to impart from your experiences to our audience.
Yeah.
You are both fundamentally first-time entrepreneurs, right? In the case of Giden, 3 times of the same business. Either
Many
you are very
failures.
adamant or you're completely sort of, I don't care, I want to do it anyway kind of mentality, which is great, I suppose.
Delusional, maybe.
Delusional, which is the right ingredient, delusional
you
plus
gotta be a bit-
ambition.
Yeah.
And I think I want you to sort of impart a bit of your, not just knowledge, but kind of life advice to people out there who, you've gone through the full cycle of what BloomThis became, right? A struggling business to then obviously going through many, many cycles of boom and bust, coming to what, as far as we're concerned, so we're going to be the judges of this, a successful business, because to us, you being able to buy back your company shares means that you've done enough to give back returns to your investors and then take full ownership and decisions to how to run the business into the future of BloomThis, right?
And being profitable today.
Yeah, be profitable today, right? So I just want to understand, one, of course, it's that persona of, if I don't do it, nobody does it. It's the typical entrepreneur kind of, delusion, as you said it, right? What keeps you going?
I think for me there are a few that keeps me going. Like I don't put failure as the end. It's not the end. It's just a setback. It's just like a moment in time that it didn't work out, right? It's not a failure until you give up, until you stop doing it, then becomes a failure. What keeps me going also is that there are two main people, I would say, and main reasons. One is doing this gives me a lot of meaning because it's like taking a legacy of what my mother started, and she did it because she really needed to, she really wanted to help the family, and that's why she did this, and she did it with something very humble and simple, and taking it to really expand on it, creating an impact in the industry itself, creating a brand, giving customer a better experience is very meaningful because really creating a positive impact in the industry itself. And the work in itself is also making people happy, right? We are actually creating moments of happiness for people. Like the more we do, the more we help to connect people in that emotional manner. Secondly, I'm also doing it with Penny, and Penny gives me a lot of strength, I would say, whether she realizes it or not.
Okay, moment of truth.
Yeah, because I felt that I'm doing what I love with the person that I love every day. It's not, of course, all nice and rose and all that. There are a lot of ups and downs, disagreement, challenges. Anybody who work with their spouse will know that. But it also gives me a lot of meaning because I tell myself that this is what keeps me going, right? My family, someone that I love, and I cannot fail them, right? They are my family. I must do everything I can. So it doesn't matter how hard it is in whatever it takes, even though it can be really, really difficult at times, very painful, even almost like the business life threatening in that sense. But principally, family comes first, I must say. And because of that integration of what we do and because me, Penny, is also part of our family, so that gives me additional boost and strength to push forward. That's on a personal side for me.
Yeah, for me, it would be the responsibility to the people who work with us and to the people who actually believe in this vision, right? So BloomThis started by Giden and myself, right? It was just the two of us, but that was the history, right? Today, BloomThis is no longer just the two of us. Today, BloomThis is for everyone, right? It's for the people who actually believed in the vision and work hard every day to make the vision come true, right? So I felt the sense of responsibility to provide, for the people who actually work with us, right? From our staff to our gig riders, to anyone who have contributed to this business, so that they can also benefited, from the work that they do.
So what's the end story, right? I mean, once you've done all this, right, you own the company. Is it IPO? Is it a trade sale? Do you want it to be a generational business? What is not the end of the story, but what is the, as you mentioned, as
Yeah.
Junda mentioned earlier, right? It's an organic living thing, right? Baby, now teenage, now maybe sort of young adult.
Correct.
What is the grandfather?
Yeah. I think the vision is like that, right? Because if you look at what we do in terms of the industry we are in, flowers, it's an age-old industry. It was here before we even, existed, and it will still be here long after we have passed, right? It's a very age-old evergreen industry. What we are really trying to do is in this era, in this time, we can really improve the whole experience of the industry through technology, through processes, and we inject this new, I would say, innovation and technology, and then of course benefit our customers and people through our products and services. What's next is that continue this work that we do, whether be it one day myself and Penny is around or not. BloomThis in itself will take its course. It's already taking its course. I think what Penny say is very real. We just passed Mother's Day, which was just last weekend, and we see how our team really took leadership in all what they do, and really we broke another record actually. Last weekend's Mother's Day, we hit another all-time high, and this time it's really not me, Penny, really not at all. It's really everyone really step up.
It's a great story. Yeah.
We were really inspired, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was so inspired to see, wow, these people actually step up and they are leading their roles and making a difference.
It felt like the child has grown up.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of an
Yeah.
autopilot now,
Yeah.
autopilot mode.
Yeah. So I think moving forward, BloomThis as a whole can really enable, can make a difference in the industry, in the floristry industry, in the space that we are in, right? How can we continue to enable this industry with technology, with people, with processes, and it will take its course, I think, even after whether we are here or not. So that is something, that is the vision that we want to leave behind. Yeah.
Do you want your kids to take over?
I think the world is changing, and it will change to a state where it could be beyond our recognition. So I don't think we want to put that pressure to the next generation, to our next generation. And I think that they should have the freedom to explore and not the pressure to take
It's a
over.
must kind of thing. So
Yes.
it's
New generation of parenting, dude. Wow.
All right, so we are coming almost to our final leg of this segment, and where we come to the quickfire questions. And remember, only one word answer, right? So yeah, I mean, I guess both of you should answer the first question. What is the most important quality of an entrepreneur?
Resilience.
Yeah, greed.
All right, okay. Okay, yeah.
So,
yeah.
Sunda, you're a bit jammed for a bit.
Yeah, I thought it's going to go on.
Yeah,
but anyway,
yeah.
The next question: if you can have dinner with someone living or anyone, who would that be?
For me, it's Sir Alex Ferguson.
Taylor Swift.
Okay. Okay, what would you say to your younger self?
Don't study so hard.
Say cheating again, 4 words, okay? Get it?
Empathy.
Ooh, I like that,
Okay,
yeah.
all right. Okay, describe the Endeavour journey in one word.
So far.
Inspiring.
Final quick-fire question. What is the most memorable moment in your time in Endeavour?
ISP. LSP.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Hey,
LSP.
Cheating. No one's going to say this. This moment. Clearly, we're not inspiring enough for them.
Yeah. What to do?
Buat kerja saja, you know.
You know, we had a few people who said this was the
Yeah.
So-
You remember who sent it to us, okay?
Yeah.
We'll send them some BloomThis.
All right.
So
I
this
mean-
isn't the end yet.
Yeah.
We're supposed to give you a sort of gift from Audi, not
Oh,
just because of the
wow.
fact that they get
Yeah.
us to use their cars.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there's a bonus for the both of you.
Wow.
You'll be able to pick any Audi car to use for a week,
Wow.
Right.
including this.
Okay. Including this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So any Audi cars, whether it's a GT e-tron, you've got, I think, probably a year.
See? Okay, someone's going to give it through the window, okay? So I'm going to get one of our team to give us the Audi
Audi
gift bag.
Plus some other
Some other
Audi
goodies.
Here you go, right? So there you go.
Thank you. Thank you,
Right.
Audi. Thank you, Endeavour.
So enjoy
Amazing.
the
Yeah.
drive. Make sure you get. We would recommend people take the e-tron because if you like, it's fully electric.
Yeah.
Or you can take the Q7 or Q5, the
Yeah.
Q, right? Yeah.
It's amazing.
You've got
It's
ample of
amazing.
time. There's no. I think there's about a year time limit or something like that. Anyway, it's all there inside
Wow.
there. Do enjoy that, and I hope both of you guys enjoyed the session, the driving session today.
Thoroughly.
Right?
Definitely.
And thank you for sharing. I think
Yeah.
in this last leg, I think you shared something that's very interesting, right? How you look at entrepreneurs at a business at scale now.
Correct,
And looking at sustainability and looking towards the future that is bigger than yourselves.
And I love that every segment and every podcast that we had, and it's always a different story. And what my taking point from this is, it's really possible to really start from really small bootstrap and make it to where you are today. You guys are amazing, living an example, and I think a lot of the viewers out there can really learn a lot from what we heard today.
Key takeaway. I'll use this. I'll grab the line from Giden. You haven't failed if you have not stopped trying. I love that.
Fantastic.
So thank you, Giden and Penny, for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
All right, thank you guys.
And we'll see you all in the next episode.
All right, bye.
No background in dairy or any kind of farm business at all, right?
Yeah, correct. It's basically a visions that a belief that I felt that that was one of the business that I wanted to set out to do. Being a food business that I felt is evergreen. You build it up. Every day people day in day out will makan your product. Basically, that was how the concept I have in my mind. So I think I have that very strong sense of conviction that I felt that I really truly want to build the business. So, but then again, that is something that there's a lot of skepticism from the family as well, and those are the things, right? So I think at some point you got to have the strength of conviction to make that kind of decision, and I think that when I started, I began to realize that hey, indeed it's a lot more difficult than I thought, right? I say it's important because we were just new, right? I say to hear from customer, what customer felt about product, what did they think, how did they actually come to know us, and I said I really needed that kind of feedback for us to see where we can move forward, right? How to scale the business.